Welcome back to the channel, guys. Bongeye here, and we're going to be continuing with our Ostriv series. So this will be season 2, episode 4. Just want to apologise for the last episode, guys, because it did go on for quite a while, and I did have to do a lot of editing. On top of that, when it actually saved, for some reason, it saved in 24 FPS, and that was down to me selecting the wrong profile that I had set up. But nonetheless, we are going to continue on. Just to make you aware, guys, as well, we are now going to be on Alpha 4.7, as there's now been a new update dropped. And just to go over some of the information here, we've had some new trees are now being added. 4 trees in total. So there's the maple, apple, apricot and cherry. And there's also a better help section being brought in regards to what you can and can't do and so on. So we'll be looking at that as well at some point. And we've got 5 new crops. So we've got garlic, horseradish, marrow, peas and pumpkin. And on top of that, there's some additional other fixes like instructions and more information in regards to, like, as it says, say your help information on the boatyard. And as you can see, we've also got some additional fence styles being brought in as well as an orchard. And now some of the stuff is being brought in now, guys, which you might find that you can't actually use to its full capacity until the next update comes out, but it is here. And as you can see there also, guys, there's a slight reduction on food consumption for children, as well as some better sounds for sheep. And we can also grow barley. One of the other things that they have brought in as well, guys, which I think is a good idea, is that the actual families now will be able to swap out the different crops that they grow and actually consume them as well as just keeping all of them. And the same when it comes to alcohol. They never actually used it, they just stored it, they never actually dealt with it as much. So that's another thing that I'll be getting brought into as we progress through the game. So without further ado, guys, we're just going to jump straight in where we left off. And if you remember rightly, we managed to get to 102 residents in our last episode. So we managed to hit the target that I set. We have got a lot of items up here, guys, to build. So what I'm actually going to do, we're going to leave it on full speed as we go through. And just to see how we get on. Now, we've got a lot of houses that we're going to be building down the back of here, guys, as you may remember from the last episode. So we are going to bring those up, although we have actually got a well and a tailor's workshop going in. So first thing, village home, which I believe is just down here on the coast there. There we are. That's it getting built there. And that's it actually built. And I think we've got another one here, which I'm thinking about bringing up as well. So we'll get this one put in as well shortly, and then at least this area is almost finished off. We're then going to have the tailor's workshop and the saddler. So the saddler here and the tailor's workshop there. And then eventually, hopefully this time around, we'll actually get this actual stable put in today as well. And as you can see, it's nice to see we've got a lot of movement going around, and some of the paths are getting fixed, which is good to see. That's the tailor's going in now. So as I mentioned, we've got the stable to go in as well. And then we're going to be looking at getting the actual dock on the water there set up as well as we go through. Let me just make sure they've got everything in the right place. I'm going to bring these warehouses up, these houses up as well. We've got another boatyard that we want to build so that we can concentrate not only just on fresh food, but fresh fish, but also dried fish. So we'll have to make sure we get some imports of salt if we haven't actually got any. And we're going to bring in the saddler just about there. So as you can see, we've now got our tailor's workshop. Let's get someone on there. They should have all the necessary stuff they need. And we're going to make sure we get all this ticked before I forget. Whoa, a lot of workers have suddenly jumped into there. For some reason, I'm not totally sure why, but let's just double check how we are standing at the moment. No jobs available, and at least 1 chapel is now required. So, I thought it was 300 before we needed the church. That is not the case. So let's bring the church up. We're going to bring it up after the next home. In fact, I think I'll put it in next, actually. We'll put it in next because it is a large build, and we don't want it to reduce things moving forward. So we'll get the church in, then we'll get that little house on the side there finished off and get some wells put in before we look on getting the saddler up and running. Right then, so if they're offering us salt, we're going to take it because we might need it. We definitely need some leather. Other than that, I'm not really going to be bothered as such. As you can see there, guys, straight away, we've actually got apples in there straight away as part of the update, which is good to see. Anything else that is relevantly new? No, not as yet. So what I'm actually going to do, guys, we've just had a newborn baby in the Ivanko family. So let's just double check what we've got. I don't think we're going to see much as we go through. We've got the orchard there, which would be nice to see. We'll get that put in at some point. Maybe this episode. It might not be till next episode. Just going to go have a quick look around. Not take too long on this. Just to make sure we haven't missed anything. Nothing else different on there. Same goes for that. Construction office, no different there. As you know, we've got the different fences and designs and that have been put in, as we mentioned. And the new trees, which are now showing in the decoration side of things, which is good. So, as you remember, guys, we've got these... Oh, where are we? Yep, that's okay. Ignore me. So, yeah, we've got everything there. We've got the little bell post and the birdhouse as well. So, we'll be putting a couple of these little things in just to make things look a bit more natural around the home, around the village. But, yeah, that's about it as what we've seen in regards to buildings. But the developer has stated, if you look at his blog on Steam, his little update, there is going to be a massive update getting released soon. We are lacking clothing as it happens. Right, so we've got this there, and we're going to need to get the weaver in. Have we got the weaver in? That's the saddler. And we've got the weaver in there, so we have actually got the weaver in, which is good. Let's just make sure we've got that up and running. And again, guys, if you hadn't forgotten, if we leave this at 0, it means it's unlimited stock, so it can keep getting them. Whereas the first time I played this, I was putting like a limit on there, which hindered us as we were going on. So let's just quickly go through. I want to make sure we've got the trading dock in as well, because that'll also give us additional stocks to store as well as bring in. Now, on the last episode, guys, I also mentioned about possibly putting a bridge across here on an angle so we can get the actual full. I never remember what you call this the fulling mill, as it needs to be on water. Not to mention we've also got the smelter that also needs to be on water, and that's how it looks. So we've got an idea how that looks there. I'm not actually going to place it this time around. Just gives us an idea of the size, which I like. And then we've got the fulling mill, which we've already seen last time we were on. Now, I'm actually thinking, guys, it might be better to just put this on the edge here. So, therefore, knowing that, I think what we'll do is we'll put a bridge going across here. Like so. And that way, we're not stopping anything over here, because we are going to have the trading dock just across there, which means they're going to have access to come straight up this main alleyway and into the town to deliver anything. And as you can see there, guys, because of the way I've built this, that field should have really been a bit longer. We've got things here. So we've got this little field there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a well just in there, because it'd be a good place to put it. And I think what we'll also do, we'll put a couple of trees in there as well. Put a couple of maple trees in. And once again, I keep forgetting to press the right button. That'll just give us a little bit of greenery around here as well. Let's just see what we've got in regards to what we can sell. We haven't got a lot of anything major at this moment in time, so I'm not really going to sell much at the moment. Hopefully that'll change as we progress on. Let's just see how we got on in regards to keeping hold of our chickens. All good. And we've got a nice flow of food there as well at the moment. And our barn is starting to get stocked in there now, which is good as well. And as you can see as well, guys, oh, hang on. Family is moving out. Not what we wanted to see. We were at 103. We're now at 100. So we've actually... we're on the cusp of possibly dropping below 100. And this is partly to do with actual clothes. And as you can see, we've just got another one. So we're now definitely below 100, which is not good. Let's just double check as to how everything is running at the moment. I suppose the good thing is, guys, it means we've actually got empty houses now. But the downside is we're now below 100. Right, we're going to run this through, guys, and we'll be back in a moment or so. Hopefully we'll have this church up and running as well as the actual new home. And as you can just see there, we've got another family move straight in, guys, and we're back to 103. So it's actually worked for us on that occasion. We'll be back in a couple of moments, and by then, hopefully, this stack of materials will actually be a church. We'll be back in a couple of moments. So as it turned out, guys, we couldn't actually continue the church because we ran out of stone. However, what I did realise is we needed some more market stalls. So I've moved these market stalls over to here. I'll show you exactly the reason why I've done this, because you'll see we've got the apples in there, apricots, and then we've got some additional ones as well, like the cherries. I don't remember seeing cherries before. And we've also got, I believe it was, we've got the garlic in there, horseradish, marrow, and then there was a couple more I'd seen. Peas. I don't remember it mentioning peas, but peas are there. We've got the pumpkin, and then I've put the... I need to put some additional ones in there, actually, which should be the clothes. And the warm clothes as well, so they're in there also. So they're up and running. So what we need to do first then, guys, is I'm just going to pause that for a moment. We need to get this stoneworks in over here so that we can actually get the work done that we need doing. Otherwise, we're going to be waiting around for a long time. Let me just see if we can find it, because the top here somewhere. Stone camp. Let's put that straight in, and hopefully that'll help start getting that up and running. Then we can get the rest of the actual stuff we need to get other buildings finished off. So we've got a bigger market store. I think we had about 6 over here before. I'm not totally sure now, but at least these are here. And as you know from the last episode, guys, this is currently on hold until we reach 200 residents. And we've got more alcohol produced. And as you can see, we've got a lot more bright flowers and vegetables. It looks like cauliflowers, although I don't believe cauliflowers is a thing we can actually do just yet. I'm sure it will be coming in if you've got that there already. Another thing I've also done is I noticed we didn't have any well across here, so we've put one in here as well, just so that we can get these up and running. But we'll let this run through once again, because I don't want to keep the videos too long. My target is to try and keep the videos no longer than 45 minutes. But we'll that's always the plan anyway. I think sometimes 45 is just enough time. An hour's too long and half an hour's too short. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below, guys. So let's just hope that this gets up and running pretty quick. My concerns are it might not have enough stone. And we have got a lot of builders. How come we've got so many builders? Let's have a quick look. We've got 7 builders there. I like the fact that we have got 7 builders, because it means we're going to get things done a lot quicker. And I'm just going to check what we've got in here. We've got 3 people working on the carpenters, 5 on the forestry, and 3 on the smithy. So everything's going pretty well at the moment. I dare say that out loud too much sometimes, because then it's almost at the gig in here, and it goes downhill. And we've got 4 working over in the trading post. Right, so let's just let that run through. Hopefully the stonemasons will get up and running, and then we can continue. So guys, it is currently October 1750. We're now at 104 residents. As I remember, we just had a newborn, and we've now got our stone mining camp up and running. We've also put in a request to have some carts ordered so we can get things transported a lot easier with it being stone. With that in mind, and we haven't actually got a lot of stone as it happens at the moment in time, we are able to go ahead with the actual chapel or church. But what we have actually done, guys, we've got the stables put in place so that we can actually transport stone via wagon rather than on foot. And because of the amount of gap I've had here, I've actually opened it up here after all and put the smaller archway in. And I'm loving the fact how much this can hold. That is brilliant. And as you can imagine, we're going to start filling this up a lot more now that those two are up and running. And we've also put a couple more of these drying racks just out on the course there. That should now be another home built. Let's just have a quick look to see if it is. And there we are, just on the entrance there. Another house in place, and we should be getting some residents in there shortly. Now, what I'm actually looking at is, guys, I'm looking at some horses. I could do with getting some draft horses in place. Always remember to put 0 in there, because every time I do, I forget. And then we end up with 20 odd horses and a load of draft horses. So we're going to get 3 draft horses so we can start getting our carts up and running. Right then, so with that in mind, we need to have, I'm trying to think of the word, the guy that actually makes the actual carts. Your mind's gone completely blank. Let's have a quick look. Before we do, let's just pause that where it is, because I don't want to miss something as we're going through. We've got the actual stables in place. You know your mind goes blank. You know what you're looking for, but you can't always see it. I think it might be the wagon shed is what I'm thinking of. That's the one. Excuse me. So we're going to have to figure out where we're going to place this one, actually, because it's quite a big building, isn't it? I mean, it could possibly go down here. It wouldn't be a bad thing, to be quite honest. We've got to make sure we keep that, as you can see there, this sort of green icon just here. That is the entrance from the traders. So what we might do is just put this on that entrance, that little section there. And that'll work out pretty well. We can still get around there from what I can see. So it isn't an issue. And if it is, we can always move this well. Let's get this up to the front so that we can actually get some carts built for the horses. No burial plots. So we need to get another one of them put in. Unfortunately, died of old age. We'll put a couple in there now while we're here. At least it's done. And I think we've just had another one. As I said that. Well, that was a shame. Yeah, we just had another one, I think. We'll have to fence this off at some point. And as you can see as well, guys, we've got our little gazebo now built in the main shopping area for the ladies to sit around. What we'll actually do as well, we'll put a couple more seats just around it. Like so. And I think it might be a good idea to buy some warm clothes. For another 400. And some broadcloth as well. And the textiles. I don't think we're going to need it all, but it's probably best to buy it now. And as you can hear them battering away there, we've got our horses in place now, which is good. As soon as it's running, which it is now, which is a lot quicker than I expected, let's get a couple of these cart horses put in place. Get a couple of wheat people in here as well. And then think on here, we're going to put linseed oil, we'll put down as 200. Horseshoes, we're going to put down as, I know it's going to be a lot, but I'm going to put 100 anyway, then we've got them. And we'll put 300 on tax. Just purely for the fact I'm guessing for one horseshoe, it's probably 3 tax. And so on. So that's up and running. And then hopefully we'll have some cargo and better transport for moving the rock so we can get other things up and running. And we should be looking at getting the saddler built next as well, I believe. I think what we need to do as well is just check our stocks to see if we've actually got any stone in storage, which we haven't. And the reason why this is not going ahead at the moment is because we've got no mining carts. It's as simple as that. That is the only reason why we are not actually getting any stone at the moment. Let's just have a look and see what our actual carpenters are doing. And they're short on metal parts. Oh, we got metal parts. There, well, let's have that in as well. Plenty of wood. Not a problem there. And I think what we may do eventually, guys, is over here, we'll put another forester in and another carpenter. So that it comes to like fixing and repairing over here, then we can do that. But we need to get a cart over there pretty quick. Good thing is we should have plenty of workers available now because all the fishermen won't be working at this time of the year. And what are we looking at now? We're looking at getting that saddler built, aren't we? There we are. So as you can see, guys, it's actually coming together. I know it's quite gritty the way I've done it. And I know some people don't like grids. But back in these days, I can't imagine them doing much more. But as we progress through, there will be different shapes coming in. I can guarantee that. It won't all be gridded like it is at the moment. But as I'm saying it right now, guys, it seems to be working. And that is the main thing. The good thing is we've got plenty of horses. We've got the 3 horses, and we seem to have plenty of stuff in regards to resources. We've got plenty of hay, as you can see. We've got plenty of water, and obviously we've got some horseshoes in there as well. And that should now be our saddle up and running. So let's get someone on there. They need metal parts and leather also. So we've got to be careful here, guys, because the last thing we want is to end up with not enough leather for clothes. Just going to put another person over on here as well. Probably put another one in. That way, if we do get more visitors into the town, at least they're going to start taking up places that are available to work. That's going to be for a while. Unfortunately, that was resources we could have kept, but it's one of those things. And we're sell some of our flour. Oh no, the chickens are starving. Why are the chickens starving? We've got a bloody big barn sat there full of food. Ah, because I didn't put buckwheat in that in either. So let's go ahead and put some buckwheat in there. Same goes for sunflower. And linseed, I can't. Yeah, we'll put 4 in there as well, at least. That's a shame. So we'll have to get some more chickens in the future. Didn't see that at all, but there we go. You learn from your mistakes, hopefully. And hopefully we can save some of them. And we have. Straight in there with the actual sunflower. So we've managed to save some chickens. We've actually got 15 chickens and 7 hatchlings, so we managed to rescue that just at the last minute. And as you can see there, guys, we have got a lot of stocks in here. I sometimes wonder if I'm actually setting this up right. So if anyone who's played this game before, maybe you're watching this video, if you've got any comments, guys, if you've got any advice, by all means, let me know in the comments below. It's always appreciated. Still waiting for these to be ordered. I think we're going to have to put another carpenter in, guys, if I'm honest. And it won't hurt for us to do that. In fact, I'm thinking I might actually put one over here. Or do we put one over there where we've got the trees? We get another carpenter in. We just stick it on the side of here. Like so. And then that'll allow us to get additional stuff made and the carts. We can get one. What we'll do is we'll get the existing carpenter to concentrate on building new equipment, and we'll get the new one concentrating on repairing stuff as well. It's not major right now. Let's just have a look. We haven't got any of the lime work up and running at the moment, as I mentioned a moment ago. And there was something else we haven't got up and running, which I could do with getting up and running. Obviously the salt works, because we're going to start looking at building, making salt, dried fish. So the salt works. I'm actually thinking, guys, because salt can tarnish and actually cause harm in some cases. I'm thinking about building this over here. Like so. Bear in mind over on this side as well, guys. There we go. We've got the oil works here, and we've got the slaughterhouse over there, and I believe we've got another building over here somewhere. Maybe I haven't. But we will be looking at getting the cows and the sheep put in very shortly as well. In fact, we could possibly put them on the back of here. So if we go into here, look at the where have we got the sheep farm? We haven't even got a pigsty in yet, guys. Can you believe it? If we put that in amongst... in fact, yeah, we'll put that along there. Let's just rotate that again. In fact, I'm actually tempted, guys, whether we should actually rotate this around, but I'm going to leave it as it is. Like so. We'll put the cows on the opposite this. I'm going to put a cow shed about there. We put a little we'll put a gap between it just in case we have to walk through. And then we could put the pigsty. I'm guessing up here might actually work, you know. Like, I'm just seeing where that slaughterhouse is. It's there, right? Okay. Oh, if that's the case, we can put this across there then. Or do we want to keep all the animals together when it comes to mucking out? We put that like so. And then we could make a field or a pasture to go in here. So once we've got this sheep farm, we could build a pasture in here. These could go in there, but obviously they'll be able to use the other fields that are scattered around the village as well. Keep that going as it is. And how are we doing here? We've got no one working here at the moment. But I'm going to take him off and see if he moves over to here and he'll have his own little business running. And we could possibly take a builder or two off as well and get these other places filled. Same with the tannery. 2 should be enough for the time being. Isn't it funny how you look at if you look back at the beginning of last episode, guys, we only had these two here. None of this was built, and how things progress so quickly. One in there. Don't need more than one in there at the moment. We take him off there. It can go over to here. This is where I've got to be a little bit careful now, because things are working and I don't want to rock the boat too much, because then we could end up with a bit of a disaster. The good thing is these are getting the food resources that they're needed for the chickens now. Now, the one thing I have found, guys, and you may know this from the last series, is when it comes to pigs, they're sitting me my bugbearer, i.e. I can't seem to keep them alive for too long. So we're going to let that play through for a couple of moments, guys. Let that bridge finish and get the church put in. And then we'll see how we progress from then on. So here we are, guys. It is currently January 1752. We're now at 112 residents, which is good. We've actually got the air carpenter. We've got some workers in there now. And we've actually got some of the carts repaired that we were looking at getting repaired. I know these ones are, and we're getting one in the process of getting done. Still haven't got these as yet. As you can see, the bridge is now going to the small island. We've actually got the other one placed as well, ready to get finished off. And we've finally got the church up and running, and we've actually got our priest in place, which is all good. On top of all that, guys, just to make you aware of what else has been going on while I've been waiting for that to go through. These houses have started to go in as well now, so no doubt this number will go up. And as I said that, it's just gone up because we've just had a new baby born in the village. What I've also done, guys, is just over here as well. Just across here, we've put the actual lime kiln and the lime works in there as well. Because what I've noticed, guys, is the guys here that are working on the stone, as you can see, are travelling all the way over here to collect lime as well. Whereas if you put it closer, it might help out a little bit. And then we'll have that bridge going across here, should we decide to build over here in the future, which I'm sure we will. And then on top of that, just in there, we've actually got the fulling mill ready to go ahead as well. What I'm actually concentrating on at this moment in time, guys, is we're just going to get another house built here, as you can see. And then we've got about 4 wells getting put in place, because we're getting a couple of little pop-ups here that people out of water. So I think we've got one down the front here, just like so. We've got one in there, which I think is actually being built. It has, which is good. We've actually got this field up and running as well, guys. So we've got barley growing for the first time and potatoes in there. We need to get oh, there we are. We have got a well. So we need to get a well put down here. We've already done it. Well, it's in place, ready to go ahead. And we've got a well there as well also, but I believe we've got another one over here getting built. It's already been built. And the one thing I didn't notice is I don't think I've given this guy a well over here. So what we'll have to do is get one in pretty sharp. Like so. But we're going to bring it up. These wells don't take too long to make, so we're going to get them in straight away. And another thing, guys, is I think I mentioned already, we've put the salt works in over here. But it is getting there. We've also got the cart park around the back of here, which we haven't done anything with just yet. And then we've got the oil workshop in the back of here. So we've got a bit of a big walkway through here. Well, this will probably get fenced off at some point as we progress through. In fact, I could probably put an archway there and then put a fence going across there. Too far out. Some of our wells are going in now as it happens. And then we'll get a fence going across here. Like so. This will hopefully eventually. Ooh, that's a bit wonky, isn't it? Let's get rid of that. It's a little bit better. Then hopefully, guys, over time, these little paths that we've got scattered all over the place will disappear. 113 staff residents. Get the last well put in, and then we're going to be looking at getting the trading post put in across the front of here before we start getting additional stock put in as well. Now, at the moment, we've actually got another boatyard going in, which is going to be over here. And we are going to let that one go ahead as well and get that built up. And then as we progress, we'll probably expand across here on a slight bend. So we start seeing a couple of different shapes coming in when it comes to fences and so on. Just so we can start arching around this area. And then hopefully we'll eventually get our first wagon up and running. We've only got one horse. Why is that? We got some out already, or they died. I think we might have lost them. I'm not totally sure how, because we haven't actually we've got plenty of stocks. Unless they've got one in there ready. Oh, he's got one in there, look. He's actually building. I don't know what he's doing, to be quite honest. That's the carpenter. He must be building the actual or getting the measurements for the cart to go around. I'm hoping the other one, then, if that is the case, it may be over here. Oh, and it is. There we go. We haven't actually lost any horses. Oh, for a minute there I thought we had, but I didn't even know how we done it. We're getting plenty of activity. 126 residents now, guys. It's coming in quick. Now, I'm not going to do it this time around, guys, but what I'm thinking is we may put a load of little small houses around the back of here. We've got quite a bit of land, but I'm just wondering whether we get as much out of it as we possibly can by putting smaller houses in. Only downside to small houses is they don't actually contribute to the food stocks, but not everyone can. If we was to do something like that, we'd possibly put these all the way down the back of it. I'm not going to put them all the way down for now. We'd potentially put one like this, you see, because it's going to give us enough of a gap. In fact, if I bring that slightly further back, like so, it means we've got this gap here we can be putting something in. And that gives us an additional 6 or 7 houses just on this little area. So there we go, guys. It's getting there, and as you can see, I'm putting trees in as and when we can. We're going to put a couple more down here as it happens. And I think I might put a couple of cherry trees just through here. We could actually do that down the middle of here as well. And then in this little area I've just been discussing, we put a couple of apple trees just in there. As I mentioned, these particular houses don't have gardens, so they've got no way of making any additional food. But that doesn't mean we can't plant things in amongst them. And then we'll get the apricot trees just on the back of here. This wasn't originally planned, but it seems to be working out right. Like so. So there we go, guys. We're getting there. 126 residents. It's currently April 1752. Just double checking there. And it's just turned into May of 1752. So we've got a little bit further forward, moving forward, and we've just got a new birth in the village. That is it for this episode, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm liking the fact that this game is actually building and building now, and there's more updates coming out and there's more stuff coming in. But I am liking this. If you've got any comments, guys, please do leave them below, and I will check them out and leave a comment or give you a thumbs up and just let you know that I've read it. But on that note, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you get notified when I go live and when I upload again in the future. But on that note, guys, take care, and I shall see you in the next video.